Hello, this is me, Afia Sayed. I am from Roots International Hamilton campus. Today we are going to have a discussion related to IGCSE examination. As we are having many of the anxieties among the students, they are going to appear first time in the papers and they are thinking about many other things, either if they are going there, so what sort of situation they are going to have, how they are going to handle those papers, and so on, the things are there. I am having some of the teachers from my campus. This is Roots International Hamilton campus, and the teachers who are teaching different subjects, and their students are going to be appeared in the examination as well. So at first I would like to talk to Sir Khalid Hamid, who is basically an Islamic teacher over here. So let's talk to him. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, alhamdulillah.
Sir, as you know that the students are going to appear just after a week in examination. There are many of these anxieties which we can find among the students. At first, I would like to ask from you that which sort of situation are they going to handle when they are going to reach in examination hall? Please tell us.
First problem is when they should approach and when they should report to the examination center. At gate, they will face the security first, and they have to reach an hour before the examination commencement. Secondly, they will be directed towards a camp where a queue will be made, and they will put their luggage over there, whatever they are carrying, and then they will be directed towards their examination room. And for the first paper, they have to report 45 minutes before the examination time to their respective rooms or hall. After reaching the examination particular hall or room, the candidate will try to search their name. That is the second problem. But they should not worry, because IGCSE and Cambridge and British Council have a very good arrangement, and their names will be on the top of the desk, written, typed and pasted. Their name along with their seat or candidate number. So they will set their name and they will sit quietly there. However, if they will find any problem in sitting, in chair, in desk, etc., any problem, they will raise their hand and they will ask the questions. They will not be allowed to leave their seat after once they are seated.
That's right. So
Now, another problem. No question.
What about the things which they are going to carry with them?
Okay. They will carry a pouch, a crystal pouch, a clear bag, in which they must have their statement pantry along with the instruction and guidelines sheet issued by the British Council. A few things in the station like dark blue pen, and then pencils, HB pencils, sharp pencils, sharpener, eraser, scale, and if a calculator is required, then the calculator.
Okay, what do you think about which sort of pen can they take with them? Like suppose there are pointers, gel pens are there, and ball points are also there.
Okay.
What about the ink pen as well? So can they use these all sort of pens?
No. They will use only ball pen or pointers. They are not allowed to use any gel pen and other ink
pens.
And then one more thing, they are allowed only to use two colors, dark blue or black, nothing else.
That's right. Okay. So, sir, what do you think about your own subject?
Okay.
If you want to guide the students related to that.
Okay. My subject is Islamiyat, and its code is 0493.
0493.
There are two components in the subject, paper 1 and paper 2, normally called as 12, component 12 and component 22. Component 1 is about Quran and importance of Quran. Component 2 is about Hadith and importance of Hadith and related topics. We used to prepare our students in two ways. targeted tips which they have to follow throughout the session, academic session, and that will be in their regular practice. And another one is for specifically before examination, that is 4 weeks plan, 6 weeks plan.
Right. Okay. Sir, what do you think about that the student who is overwriting and cutting and then writing?
Okay.
So what do you think about that?
Okay, overwriting is not allowed basically, particularly the way the students used to cut them by so many lines. They should use one pen, one pencil, and only one single line from the strike off the particular phrase or a sentence. And instead of that, they will make a star on it, and at the end of the paragraph, they will write that phrase, the corrected one.
Okay, that's great. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Sir Khalid. As I got to know that you are getting late, right? So if you want to leave, you may. And thank you so much for your tips and the things which you have mentioned. They are really going to help the students. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Now I am moving towards our mathematics teacher, right? He is also going to give us some of the recommendations, and let's see how he is going to go.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Omar Raza and I am taking mathematics of IGCSE, and my paper code is 0580. And basically there are 4 variants of mathematics, 1, 2, 3 and 4, but our students are going to be appear in 2 and 4, which is called as extended.
Okay.
So paper 2 is of 70 marks and paper 4 is of 130 marks. The timing for both of the papers are paper 2 is of 1 hour and 30 minutes and the timing for the paper 4 is 2 hours and 30 minutes. So there are few important topics in mathematics which are trigonometry, algebra and graphs, functions and mensuration. These are the 4 main topics which are considered important in mathematics. So there are few tips before entering an examination hall. Your calculator should be set into degrees. Sometimes our calculators are set into radians and steradians, but you have to make sure that your calculator is in degrees. Because if your calculator is set in radians, your answer will automatically considered as wrong.
Okay, right. Okay, sir, what do you think about suppose a student is writing the answers, right? And he found that he has done wrong, right, at the same time. So, is there any instruction for the student in that case? Are they going to cut the whole question? Are they going to ask for the separate paper or something like? What can the student do in that case?
They are not allowed to use a separate paper, but they can draw a line and they can't even cut. They can make a line and just write extra over there and start writing on the next hour.
So if they cannot cut, so will they how the examiner, how the checker is basically going to check it that which answer is the right one?
They write the extra part.
Okay, extra part. All right. Okay, in that case you are saying. Okay. Anything else if you want to share?
If in mathematics the accuracy isn't mentioned, for example, examiner isn't asking that you have to write your answer up to 3 decimal places or 4 decimal places up to 4 significant figures. You have to write your answer up to 3 decimal places or 3 significant. 3 is basically the accuracy point. Your answer should be up to 3 decimal places or 3 significant figures. So accuracy should be of 3 numbers.
Right. Sir Umar, thank you so much. If you have got any other thing, otherwise we'll continue with the next teacher.
No.
What do you think? No? All right. Well, thank you so much, Sir Umar, for your these sort of tips, which will be valuable for the student. And I hope that our IG3 students are going to get the benefit from it. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Okay. Now I am moving towards our Urdu teacher, right? Ms. Tamsila, right? So, Ms. Tamsila, I hope that you would have some of the tips for us as well, which you are going to have. So, मेरे ख्याल से bilingual हो जाना चाहिए मुझे, right? Being Urdu teacher, as I am going to communicate with her, right? So, जी मिस तमसीला, क्या कहती हैं आप अपने उर्दू के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए जो कि प्रिपेयर होने अपीयर होने वाले एग्जाम में इसी ईयर में? कुछ बताइए प्लीज।
मेरा कोड नंबर है 0539।
0539
जी।
ठीक, ओके।
और IGCSE में 2 पेपर्स बच्चे करते हैं, एक पेपर 1 और एक पेपर 2।
अच्छा मिसेस सिंह, आपकी बात काट रही हूँ मैं, दिस इज सेकंड लैंग्वेज।
जी,
ठीक है।
उर्दू एज अ सेकंड लैंग्वेज।
उर्दू एज अ सेकंड लैंग्वेज, ठीक।
पेपर 1 जो है वो उसमें पेपर में पढ़कर बच्चों को जवाब देने होते हैं,
ओके
और पेपर 2 में मतन सुनवाया जाता है और उसको सुनकर बच्चे जवाब देते हैं।
ओके
अब इसमें जो सबसे अहमियत रखती है जो बात, वो होती है कि अल्फाज की हद। अगर पेपर 1 जिसमें बच्चे पढ़कर जवाब देते हैं और उसमें किसी क्वेश्चन में, किसी सवाल में अल्फाज की हद मुकर्रर है, तो हमें कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि उस हद से आगे ना बढ़ें, और अगर उस हद से आगे बढ़ें तो वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 5 या 10 अल्फाज की हो, इससे ज़्यादा ना हो। मिसाल के तौर पर अगर मजमून लिखना है 120 अल्फाज पर, तो हम 125 कर सकते हैं या 130 कर सकते हैं, इससे ज़्यादा नहीं कर सकते।
ठीक।
दूसरी बहुत अहम बात जो कि बच्चे अक्सर करते हैं कि किसी भी किस्म का कोई निशान या कोई कभी कोई कार्टून बना देना, या जल्दी पेपर करने के बाद उन्होंने कोई अपनी ड्राइंग की कोई महारत पेपर पे दिखा
जी,
दी,
सही।
तो ये बिल्कुल भी नहीं करना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये एक तरह से देखा जाए तो ये जुर्म भी है, ये इलीगल है, और उसके नंबर जो है वो चेकर काटने का मजाज होता है कि वो नंबर काट सकता है। अगर मुख्तसर जवाब देने हैं, मिसाल के तौर पे 2 नंबर का हमें जवाब के लिए दिया गया है, 2 नंबर, तो हमें कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि हमारा जवाब 2 जुमलों पर हो या 2 अल्फाज पर मुश्तमिल हो। अगर हम 3 जुमले लिखेंगे या 3-4 अल्फाज लिखेंगे तो फिर वो जवाब हमारा काबिल कबूल नहीं होगा। जितना यानी जितना सवाल पूछा जाए उतना ही जवाब दिया जाए, उससे ज़्यादा जवाब ना दिया जाए। तमाम सवालात को बराबर से वक्त देना चाहिए। ऐसा ना हो कि एक सवाल बहुत अच्छी तरह करने के बाद जब बच्चा जो है वो टाइम देखे तो उसका इतना टाइम हो चुका हो कि बाकी सवालात के लिए
तो कितना हमारे पास टाइम ड्यूरेशन होता है? सपोज कितने क्वेश्चंस हैं और हर क्वेश्चन पे उनको कितने मिनट्स कंज्यूम करने चाहिए?
उमूमन 4 सवालात होते हैं, और अगर 2 घंटे का टाइम है तो हम आधा घंटा एक सवाल को के जवाब देने को दे सकते हैं।
ठीक है।
एक सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात जो मैं बताना चाहूँगी वो ये है कि बाज़ औक़ात जो हमें टिक लगाने वाले आंसर होते हैं कि हमने तफ़हीम पढ़ी और उसमें सही और गलत के निशान लगाए, उसमें बच्चे बगैर सोचे समझे टिक लगा देते हैं, और बाद में उनको ख्याल आता है कि हमें ए नहीं बल्कि बी पे करना चाहिए था, तो वो ए को कट कर देते हैं और बी पे टिक लगा देते हैं। उस सूरत में उनका ना ए सही समझा जाएगा और ना बी सही समझा जाएगा। उन्हें एक ही दफ़ा अच्छी तरह सोचकर टिक लगाना चाहिए।
ठीक, सही। अच्छा इस सिलसिले कुछ और आप
मैं समझती हूँ।
अच्छा, अब वो लिसनिंग के बारे में आप क्या कहते हैं? जब ये लिसनिंग के लिए जाते हैं और किस तरह की चीज़ों को ख्याल रखना चाहिए लिसनिंग के दौरान?
लिसनिंग के दौरान सबसे अहम चीज़ है कि पूरा उन तवज्जो, पूरा फोकस उन अल्फाज और उन जुमलों पर रखना चाहिए जो कि आपको सुनाई दे रहे हैं। उस वक्त आपको बिल्कुल भी इधर उधर कोई वो नहीं रखना चाहिए कि आपकी तवज्जो बढ़े। आपको बहुत अच्छी तरह उसको सुनना चाहिए, और 2 दफ़ा वो आपको सुनवाया जाता है। जो लिसनिंग का जो मटेरियल होता है, जो मतन होता है, वो 2 दफ़ा सुनवाया जाता है, इसीलिए कि अगर पहली दफ़ा में आपसे कोई चीज़ रह गई है सुनने में तो आप उसको दूसरी दफ़ा कंफर्म करके और उसका जवाब है वो लिख सकते हैं।
That's right. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Tamsira, for your tips, and I literally appreciate your efforts, whatever you have put for Roots International Hamilton campus. Right. Now I am moving towards our elder teacher, who is Sir Abdullah, and he is basically teaching here physics. And the devoted teacher we are having here, let's see how he is going to communicate related to IGCSE examination. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdullah Habib and I am basically the physics teacher, and my code is IGCSE 0625 is my code.
0625. Right, okay.
And we have 3 papers, P2, P4 and P6. P2 consists of 40 MCQs and we have given 45 minutes and we have a marks of 40 marks. Secondly, we have paper 4 paper, which means structural questions, reasoning, and we have 80 marks of that question, and we have given only 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Okay. 1 hour and 15 minutes are given to you. That's right. Okay.
Then we have last paper, we have paper 6. Again we have ATP, alternative to practical.
That's
Then
right.
we have 40 marks and we have giving 1 hour.
Right. Okay. Alternative to practical, and they are given
Yes.
40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Okay, that's right.
So 40 to 1 hour
1 hour.
and 40
Okay.
marks.
Okay, and 41 hour would be given to them, and 40 marks paper is there. That's fine. Okay. So, is like, do you want to give any tips related to the papers?
Especially students are facing difficulty in paper 2 and paper 4 and paper 6 regarding about threshold concept.
That's right. Okay.
And mostly students who are mainly making mistakes during the concept between general physics covered the whole syllabus. Regarding 40% of the syllabus will be covering from general physics.
Right.
And remaining paper will be covering from section 2, section 4 and section 6.
That's
Space
right.
physics and radioactivity physics. And when we are focusing on our mistakes, we have the difference between the student must write the units.
Okay.
Student mostly forget the units.
All right.
Secondly, we don't consider the vague description. We want concise and precise.
That's right. What do you think about one word answer? There are students, they prefer to write one word answer as well. What do you say about that?
We can't say one word answer. It depends on the marks. If the examiner asks you 2 marks question, then you need to write 2 points at least.
That's
And if the examiner give you 3 marks calculation question, so mostly students skip the calculation and just write the answer, which definitely 2 marks will be subtracted. So
That's right.
focus on the calculation part as well.
That's right. That's right. So, anything else you want to share?
I would like to give advice that you try to solve topical past paper as much as possible and try to take a workshop and focus on the topics which you are facing difficulty.
That's right. Well, thank you so much, Sarabullah. Definitely, they are going to help the students, your points. Okay, so now I am moving towards our next teacher, right? She is also giving us a very good time teaching the students, and she is Miss Arifa, and she is teaching in Roots International Hamilton Campus Chemistry. So let's talk to her. Yes, Miss Arifa. Hello.
I am actually teaching chemistry IGCSE and my code is 0620.
0620. Fine. Okay.
So as I told you before that there are 3 components in science subjects, and that is P2, P4 and P6, right? So in P2 there is of 45 minutes and it is for 40 marks.
A little louder, I want you to.
And P4 is of 1 hour and 15 minutes and it is of 80 marks, and P6 is of 1 hour and its marks is 40, right? So basically students are considering chemistry as a tough subject, but if they consider this subject by clearing their concepts, so I guess chemistry is the easiest subject ever, right? So because we are dealing in chemistry in our daily life as well, right? So I just want to give some tips regarding chemistry. The very first tip is that students need to read the question very carefully, because if the examiner is asking to give a true observation apart from temperature change, so students need to exclude temperature change in the answer, right? So interpretation is very important. What examiner is asking, what students is getting from the question, right? So this is the very first tip which I want to include, right? The second tip which I want to give is that in any calculation regarding moles calculation, so students need to answer the final question in significant figures. It would be better. Because examiner is giving specific space for writing the answer, so there isn't any need of calculating all the things. If he is asking you to calculate the things, so you need to check the marks. What the marks? The question is of 3 marks. The question is of 2 marks. The question is of 1 mark. According to the marks, the student need to answer the question, right? And in chemistry, there is another very important tip which which I'm telling to my students every day, that you need to read the question very carefully, because in question there are hidden words. For example, if the examiner is asking that you have to, which gas contains the diatomic molecule. So students are just reading the question and they are getting two main terms, that is gas and molecule. They are neglecting diatomic. So students need to just understand these hidden words before giving the question, before giving the answer, right? And if the examiner is asking to give the examples, so for that you need to just take the marks. If it is of 2 marks, you have to give 2 examples. It is of 1 marks, you have to give 1 example, right? And if the students have to take any question, so they have to make sure that they are taking the correct number, because if they will take the wrong answer and then they just remove the answer and they take the right answer, so they will lose their marks. So these are the important tips and tricks, and just make sure that before memorizing anything, they need to clear their concepts in chemistry, right? And definitions are very important, right? They are covering almost 10 to 20 marks, so a student need to understand the definition. For example, what is compound, what is an isotope, and define the term equilibrium. Such kind of questions are asking frequently in exams, right? And for that, student need to solve at least 10-year papers, yearly papers, topicals as well, so that they will get familiar to that paper pattern as well. So these are some tips and tricks student need to understand.
Excellent. Within just some seconds, you have made the day of different students. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Arfa. Well, I am now moving towards, as I am an English teacher and I'm teaching in Roots International Hamilton campus, English 0510, English as second language. There are many queries related to English as well, although many of the students think that it is an easy subject, but see, you need to focus on different things as well in English as well. As we know that there are the comprehension part, means reading and writing. If I talk about reading, so you need to look, suppose that if the questions are written there, so you need to look over what are the keywords in the questions for locating the paragraphs, right? Second thing is that if you are writing the answers of those questions, suppose passage number 1, where you need to write the answer, so one word answer will go as well, but it should give the proper meaning as well. Suppose if the meaning is not done and it's not clear, the answer is not clear, so definitely you will not get the mark of that question as well. Apart from that, if I talk about the writing as well, there are there are 2 tasks given to you for writing, and you need to cover them. So what are the things which you need to focus in writing? At first, formatting. Formatting is very much important, and I hope that you remember all the formatting which I have told you. Second thing is that your lexical resources are very important. Like suppose the phrasal verbs, the vocabulary which you are using, it should be up to the mark, and the relevancy. Suppose that if they are asking about email writing and you are writing report writing, so definitely you are not going to get a single mark for that, okay? Although relevancy is very important, suppose that if they are asking you to write about the dress which you have recently bought and you are writing something else, so definitely you are going to get the marks, but not as good as they should be, okay? So focus on these things. Apart from that, the listening paper is there. So concentration is very necessary, although students always get very good marks in listening as well, right? Well, I hope that about all the subjects, they are very clear that how you are going to get it, how you are going to focus the things, and how you are going to appear in the examination as well. From all the teachers and from my side as well, best of luck, right? Well, thank you so much. And see you then in to IG2, see you then in IG3, right? And IG3, I hope that you are going to progress towards the next level, right? And I hope that you all are going to get A either or A static. Thank you so much. See you then. Allah Hafiz. Take care. Bye.